My Sil humiliated me by making me sleep on the floor during her bachelorette trip, so I left. Now she's blaming me for ruining her wedding. Part 2. Then she proceeded to tell me in her most falsely sweet voice that she'd forgotten to book another room and she didn't feel like bothering the staff right now, so I might just have to sleep on the floor. That led to raucous laughter from her and her friends, laughing at their own cruel jokes. I was still delusional enough to believe that she was just kidding and wouldn't expect me to sleep on the floor, so I asked her once again about what I was supposed to do now. Once more, she just told me to lay down on the floor and stop bothering her because she was trying to have a fun time. This time, she wasn't smiling or laughing and wasn't even pretending to joke. She meant what she said, and I was shocked to say the least because this was cruel and humiliating on an unimaginable level altogether. I didn't know how to react to this. She went back to gossiping with her friends while I sat there rooted to my spot because of how angry and insulted I felt by this whole thing. I was so pissed off that I wanted to just slap her, and I'm not even a violent person, but this was the limit, honestly. After 10 minutes of just sitting there seething, I decided that I'd had enough of this crap and wanted to go home. So I got up, grabbed the car keys and my stuff, and left without another word. I didn't want to waste my time and energy trying to argue with them, and neither did they care enough to stop me and ask where I was headed. They didn't even say anything when I took the car keys with me. That's how unaffected they were, but good for me, I guess. So anyway, I packed up and started the drive back home. I hadn't had dinner, and neither did I have any to eat with me, so I was really hungry, but I didn't have any intention of making any stops until I got home. I finished the 6-hour drive all by myself, fueled by nothing but rage, and finally reached home in the early hours of the morning. I rang the doorbell, exhausted and almost on the verge of collapsing. Luckily, my husband didn't take too long to wake up. He was taken aback to see me back so soon, but he also noticed how worn out I looked, so he saved his questions for later and heated last night's pasta for me as soon as I said I was starving. After I'd finished one whole bowl and felt better, I took a nap and didn't wake up before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My husband was still waiting for an explanation for all of this, and after I'd finally woken up, I told him everything that had happened. He heard me out silently, and I could tell that he was livid at how his sister had treated me because of his expressions. He was red in the face, and I'd never seen him this pissed off. Within seconds, he was on his phone and had called his sister before I could even say anything. He told her off for what she'd done and called her a spoiled brat with zero human decency and that he was ashamed to be her brother. I could hear that she was trying to argue back, but couldn't make out what she was saying. It couldn't have been anything good, though, since my husband started looking even angrier. They had a heated argument, and in the end, my husband told her to go to hell, and that there was no way he'd be attending her wedding now. Having said that, he hung up. I was happy that he'd finally decided to tell her off because of her behavior since so far, she'd gotten away scot-free even after being awful to not just me but any other female member of his family. He told me that he'd never said anything to her because he believed that she'd grow out of it, but clearly, even at this age, if she hadn't realized that bringing down other women and humiliating them didn't make her look any better, then she probably wouldn't realize it ever. This was the last straw for him. Like he said to me later, he even apologized for never trying to correct her behavior earlier and felt that a lot of this could have been avoided had he and his parents just tried to call her out even once instead.